What's happening, man? Once again, it's James Vergato of God Level Genius. The subject of today's video is You're Not the Only One. I was listening to someone talk today, man, and they was telling someone about a story, you know, about something that they moved on from in their life that they're ashamed of. And it's just so funny to me how in human nature we get so caught up in our head sometimes. And when I say caught up in our head, like we be thinking like we the only person or the first person to really do something. There's nothing new under the sun. A lot of the things that we ashamed about, a lot of the things that we might have been embarrassed about, and a lot of the things that we've done that we wish we could do over again. We are not the first person to do it, and we won't be the last. But for some reason, some people just harp on it, and they feel like it defines their entire existence. Now, there are consequences to certain actions. We know that, you know. For example, I'll talk about like a famous person when I say consequences, like the whole thing with R.Kelly. R.Kelly not the first person to do that. Now he's the poster child for, messing with underage girls, but there's so many more R.Kellys out in this world. And forgiveness should be warranted, when someone changes and they realize that they've done some things because of the hurt that's been done to them. But you're not the only one, man. And some people, man, right now who might come across this video, you probably feel like the world is tumbling down on you and you got your covers over your bed and you don't want to be seen. You don't want to talk to somebody because you feel like you're worthless, or, you might possibly want to kill yourself. Man, dust yourself off, you know, get you a journal, write out all the good things about yourself or the things that's been told to you. Look at it, say it out loud, tell it to yourself, and also, ask God to forgive you for what you've done, because you're not the only one, man. Um, I had to have some real like self reflection on some things from my past, and I had to talk to some people, and also I had to have some conversations with my mom about things in our relationship, because she was too ashamed to just address some things that needed to be spoken about. And I had to tell her, like, listen, man, I already know this stuff. Believe it or not. Like, I done known this since I was a kid. And you need to just let it go, because you're not the only one who done did this. And just accept that you're still my mother and I love you and I forgive you for you thinking you doing what was best. But, you just can't go through life trying to hide everything. And I understand, man, there's some things you do need to take to the grave. What I'm not advising people to do is don't just get on the internet or tell somebody, yeah, man, back in 92, yeah, I killed my cousin. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying do all that. Even though you got away with it, you know what I'm saying? Don't put yourself on blast, but God see everything. But what I'm saying is a lot of things that we do, man, is because of the circumstances and that period of time where we're at in our lives. Pardon me, y'all, for stumbling on my words, but where we at in our lives, that's how we feel is the best decision to make. Therefore, we do what we feel is the best decision at that time. And sometimes we just lack the guidance. Everybody not blessed with the guidance, man, to avoid certain pitfalls. And in their mind, they think what they doing is the best decision to make. But you're not the only one. That's the thing you need to always remember. And also keep that in mind with someone who you see doing some things, and understand like this might be why they doing it. Um, there was a coach a couple years ago where I'm from. Some kids stole some stuff, from him or whatever. He didn't want the people to press charges, and proceed with, putting them in prison or whatever they had to go through for their age. He wanted to have a conversation with them. He wanted to extend them the opportunity to have a job where they didn't have to, go about it that way. Because the funny thing about that entire story was he said when he was younger, he was a thief. So he had grace with him because he knew they wasn't the only one that did that. Now, it's not easy to extend grace, and it's not always easy to say what I just said, but it's just something to keep in mind, man. Like, a lot of people just ain't got a fighting chance, man. They ain't never had nobody say something to them to let them know that they gonna be all right or they gonna be something. Sometimes you got to be your own cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody never told you gonna amount to something. You're not the only one. But here, I'm here to tell you, if you watching this, man, you gonna be somebody. You gonna be good at whatever it is you're pursuing because you gonna believe it and you gonna keep telling yourself that. And if you're failing, you're not the only person that failed. It's a lot of people that failed that's achieved milestones of success. When I flunked the 8th grade, man, a lot of people were surprised. They was like, dang, I can't believe he flunked because he made a lot of good grades and all that. But people didn't know what I was battling mentally. You know what I'm saying? People didn't know, like, eternally what I was dealing with. And I even heard my mom say, she was like, I know that hurted him. It actually didn't, because the pain I had to deal with accepting the reality of certain situations hurt me far worse than not studying for a test that I know I could have studied for and passed. But it's like when you facing certain hardships in your life and you just feel like there's no way out of this situation, certain things get sacrificed because you're not mentally in tune with it anymore because you're dealing with something else. And as time progresses in life, you find out more people deal with some of the same things you're dealing with. They just may wear a different type of face to sell a personality as if they good, when in all actuality they are suffering tremendously. A lot of bright smiles, a lot of bright personalities, often drown themselves in depression, and we'll never know. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, unfortunately, they clock out of this world early. You know what I'm saying? And they indulge in certain activities, man, to shorten their lifespan. You're not the only one, man. Sometimes you just gotta say stuff out loud, man, and you gotta hear certain things to know, like, dang, that's really what it is. And you need somebody to cry, you need a shoulder to cry on. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to go through whatever you're going through, because truth be told, you're not the only one, man. I hope this makes sense to whoever it needs to make sense to. I hope this message goes to the right person, because I know how you feel. I've been there, I've done that, man. But don't be ashamed, and don't feel like it ain't a way out of this situation. You just really gotta take this thing day by day. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta develop a consistent prayer life. You got to try to surround yourself with the people that really want to see something happen in your life. They out there, man. You got the internet and you got different mediums where you can try to connect with people. But always remember, you're not the only one. If you made it this far to the video, man, I want to say thank you for watching. Please do me a favor, man. If you enjoyed what I said, man, please subscribe to the God Level Genius YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell. Send this video to someone who you feel will appreciate it, man. And as always, man, be God level. The genius is in you. I am James Vergato, God level genius.